it's Sarah with the Happy Hootie. Today I am here to show you how to clean up your makeup brushes and your sponges. Anytime you use these makeup brushes, they get so dirty and they really should be cleaned out at least once a week. I'm not that great at doing that all the time, but I do try. So I'm going to show you what I do. So you get yourself one of these Castile bars of soap. I got the no scent just because I don't really want to have the scent on anything that I have. And I just keep it in this container, so I always know what it is, and my kids know not to mess with it. I've got my sponges, and of course kids decided to put some marker on my sponge, so that doesn't actually come out. Still clean, can still be worked just fine. You turn on your water, and I'm just gonna start with this brush first. You get the brush wet, and I'm just gonna rub it on the soap. Just go back and forth. You don't want to go real aggressive or you're going to mess up your brush a little bit too. I'm going to get that on there. And then I just take it on my hand and swirl it around. And you can see all the stuff starting to come out as you're doing this. You get it warm water and you just rinse it out. And then once that's done, I'm actually just going to lightly squeeze it just a little bit. And then I'm going to set it off to the side while we work on the rest. The brush wet, get on some warm water, get your brush all soapy, and then just move it around on your hand like that. And then for your sponges, it's the exact same thing. So you get your sponge wet, and you squeeze it around. And I just rub it on the soap, get it all absorbed in there. And then just kind of take the sponge and just kind of keep squishing it and getting all that soap pushed through there. And let it fill through the water. You can see all my blush squeezing out of there. And just make sure you get all of the soap out. You don't want to leave the soap on the actual sponge or any of the brushes or anything like that. So make sure you're squeezing the sponge and rinsing out the brush good so you don't leave that soap in there. So the water is coming out clean now. As you can see, there's not any more bubbles that are coming out, which means the soap has left the sponge. Once you've got your soap all rinsed off, I like to just put it back into the container so my kids know that it is a no-touch soap. That is for mommy's makeup brushes. Now that we have our brushes all washed, they are all dripping wet. So what I like to do, grab whatever towel I have, and I will roll it up on one end, so that way when your brush is dry, they will have a place to have the water fall down and use gravity a little bit to help dry it. So you can take your brush and you run it back and forth. You can hear the clanking of it hitting my rings here. And it is air drying your brush. And it kind of takes all your little bristles and pushes them all out too. But once you get this going, and it looks pretty dry, you take it and you set it to where it'll fall with the water going out of the ends of the brush. You don't want it falling into this part of the brush, you want it coming out this bottom part here. So when you dry it, just make sure it angles down. And be prepared to wash your mirrors after you're done with this, because the water does go everywhere. You can squeeze it out a little bit, but I try not to use my fingers on the ends of this after it's been cleaned, just because I don't want excess oils on there, and I don't want to pull on the bristles. And then I take my other little sponges and I just set them on the towel, so that way I know that this is all wet and all clean. And my kids also know that when my brushes are all out like this, they don't touch them, they leave them alone. And there you have it, an easy way to keep your products clean. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Bye.